Hi, my name is Robin B,
I'm Kay.
and we're coming from the chatter. Please excuse my lighting. I'm still working with that. I don't know what's going on, but anyway,
Yes,
um,
we will accept donations to for our lighting budget
yeah,
and,
so we can
and
get improve our
equipment and
lighting.
everything else. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for being with us. Please like, share, and subscribe. We need subscribers. That will help us.
hmm
So anyway, AI,
Yes. Artificial intelligence, or so they
AI.
say.
Mm.
So they say.
That's what we were just talking about. Social Security. We did a show on Social Security, and AI has a lot to do with that. AI
hmm
has a lot to do with everything going on nowadays.
hmm
Thing. You don't even know what's real, what's not. Uh,
No. Was human?
what's, yeah, because every time you log on to something, it'll ask you whether you're a robot or not, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now they used to have you identify stuff. Now I don't. They don't even do. They just say, "Are you a robot?" Now I see some things. They're not even asking you to identify anything anymore.
No, and when you call companies, like I had to call Verizon the other day, the robot answered, sound just like a woman, asking, asking questions, and they got rid of that little do that used
Yeah.
to happen. They don't even have that anymore. She slightly pauses, then asks you another question. But she going through her added 5 minutes to the phone call. I'm serious.
Because
Because
they're
they,
trying
no
to be
matter no matter
precise.
how many times I asked for a representative, she blocked me.
She
But
blocked
if I
you.
she blocked me. She said, I understand you want to speak to someone, but I need to know this, this, and this,
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. I've had that. Yeah.
And I'm like, a human would have said, hang on.
Right.
And transfer you to somebody else in the first 30 seconds. So to me, in that instance, I don't think artificial intelligence is making life better for us. And heaven forbid that some idiot decides to put that on 911 systems. You understand? You,
That's
and
not funny.
it's
That's
not funny, but
ridiculous.
the way they are pushing AI in all these situations, they put AI in Social Security. AI will determine if you qualify for your Social Security benefits. Do you want a robot making that determination?
Right. And there's
Uh,
all different kinds of circumstances,
mm-hmm.
that if a human could look at it and make the determinations on some things, absolutely.
Right, and
But
a
I don't know.
human would pick up the distress in your voice that this is a dire situation. A robot can't differentiate that. You could be crying, calling for a representative, and that robot, I still need more information. That's not progress. It's not progress, it's profit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
It's
all it
profit
is. Well, that's the
for
whole
for
idea
the
of AI.
corporations. Yeah.
Yeah. The whole
That's
idea is
why
for profit.
that's why they're pushing it because they can replace humans with this computer, for pennies on a dollar. It's crazy. It is crazy. I just think that artificial intelligence should be called another idiot in this instance because it is not working. And I know that they have AI, the big letter A, the capital A and the capital I that looks like a one all the time.
Yes.
I don't do that. I do lowercase a and lowercase I because I know I'm smarter than that machine somehow. We talked about it. We talked about the
We
robots and
did,
all the
we
rest of that
did, we
stuff.
did.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
them is real evil, I know, the blonde one, I think.
Yeah.
Sophia
Yeah.
tries to be nice, but they all got the same mentality. They were all made from the same material.
Yeah. And they will be making more and more and more of themselves. And there was a news story last week, last thing about AI. There is an AI company that had the government used this AI company and software called Claude, AI software called Claude. The owner of Claude pissed off the Department of War, Pete Hegseth, because he refuses to let AI make a weapon that does not have human interaction. And the
Right.
government wants automatic weapons that nobody has to touch, nobody wants to program, and that is a scary thing. especially when you look at who's behind the controls.
Right, right.
So the CEO said, no, I'm not going to do that. And now the US government is calling them some sort of not
Oh
terrorist
man, anybody who
organization,
doesn't agree with them is a
but
terrorist.
somebody, yeah, and so their stock fell, and 2 days later it rebounded because people are like, the company did the right thing, the government is not, so it's crazy. We have to just be aware of the changes that are happening quickly around us and
And
fight
that's
back.
the, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, fight back.
That's the problem. Things are being done too fast.
Yeah,
They're not being tested properly. They're not, technology is moving way too fast. It's moving faster than the people who are creating it, you know.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and that's the problem. I mean, I embrace change. I have no problem with that. But the
Hmm.
problem is it is too fast, and they can't figure out one thing before they come out with something else.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah,
still trying to figure out what happened with this. How come this is not working?
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I don't know. It's
It's it they
Please give us some information on AI.
Yeah,
Anybody
yeah.
out there?
What do you
Yeah,
think about the advent of artificial intelligence
yeah.
in day to day and even routine things like restaurants. Restaurants are now using it, and they got robot servers and all the rest of that stuff. We discussed it before, but
Yeah, we did
what
discuss that.
what do you think? What do you think? Are you on board with it? I
Right.
would love to be, but to me it's not accurate enough. You
See,
know?
that's what I meant about technology moving too fast. I
Yeah,
think it can be a plus thing if
yeah,
they do it the correct way or use
yeah,
it in the correct scenarios. Because
yeah,
a lot of these are not being used correct. It's not just because you have AI, don't mean you could just drop it in anywhere.
yeah, yeah.
But that's what they're doing, and that's what they're expecting the change to come in with. Because like I said, I don't have no problem with change,
But
but
see,
I want to
AI
be.
will tell you itself. We have errors. We may have errors. So why would you depend on something like you could get a human that could do that?
That have errors. At least they know
Yes.
how to correct it, right? But they are corrected too the way they know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't know.
But the AI, I mean, the human might go take a break. They had something like that about
Yeah,
out of eight
yeah,
hours.
yeah,
How many
yeah.
hours do people actually work? It all depends on what job they got. But that's our opinion. They said only an hour.
Nah,
I don't
I
believe
got it.
that either.
I girl, some of
They
the some
said
of the
only an
gigs.
hour, but I think that was to push AI, and say
No,
this
some of
is
the
what's
gigs that I
happening.
had with deadlines and stuff like that, let me tell you, AI would have exploded. You understand? AI would have been sitting in the garbage can smoking because it couldn't handle the pressure.
Well, what I did at my job was we made up procedures, we made up things that nobody even knew how to do, in
Hmm.
total collaboration. And they're saying, I guess if they just put this information into an AI thing, it would just pop out with an answer. Yeah, it might, but it might take how long to correct it and get it working to the ability that we wanted it to, not
Yeah,
what it wanted it to.
yeah. It's still the same principle with computer programming, garbage in, garbage out. If you don't tell it exactly what you want as output, it's gonna give you something that's close, you
Or
know?
what they think should be.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's what close means.
yeah.
Or over and
Almost.
above, almost.
Just a scotch. I'm
Anyway,
just saying, what was that movie 2001, that robot? Um,
2001. I thought you was getting
this
ready to say something about Westworld again.
no, well, Westworld too, but I mean, Hal, a Space Odyssey was a big computer screen or
Oh,
something.
2001 Space Odyssey. That
Yeah,
that movie?
yeah.
Uh,
And he's trying to unplug the robot, and the robot's checking him out. What are you doing, Hal? I don't want to live under those conditions. I'm gonna
you
have to
know
walk.
what? I know, just like these
Yeah,
courthouses and stuff like that. That's scary to
yeah,
me.
yeah.
They do what they want. Like, they're trying to act as if they're your servant, but they
No,
still
they
they're
have the
observing
ability to.
everything in your household.
That's right. They're controlling the lights, they're controlling the doors, they're controlling the windows. So it can keep people out, but it could also lock you in.
Yeah, if it gets mad or pissed off with some of these movies, that's what's happening. These
Yeah,
smart
yeah,
houses is getting
yeah,
mad, and they
yeah.
are locking people in or making like the man had an affair or the woman had an affair and that wasn't
Well,
true. And oh my
that
God, and turning them
no,
against each other. It's crazy. But
it really is. You
anyway,
know
please
what?
give us your opinion. Please,
Okay.
let's
And
talk
then
about
the
AI.
main drawback I have with artificial intelligence, and I will say goodbye, is that it can't recognize women properly, and it can't recognize colored people properly. Anybody who is not white, it has a problem
With face
identifying the
recognition.
features. Yeah, so I again, close enough is not.
No, it doesn't recognize face recognition properly.
Yeah, yeah, you
But you
know,
know what? You just mentioned something about you said colored, but
yes,
brown or black people. But the mere fact
Chinese.
remains, yeah, it could be Chinese as well.
Yep,
But I mean,
East Asian.
or
You know what I'm saying?
Asian, yeah. But you know
Yeah,
what? I just lost my train of thought because I was getting ready to say something on those same. Oh, you made a point. It can't recognize men and women. So
yeah,
it can recognize a man and a woman as far as a photo is concerned. But when you mention emotions,
yeah,
like a man and a woman might have two different separate problems, but it's only dealing with that one problem that they know how to solve,
yeah,
but yet it could be different between a man and a woman,
yeah,
or a
yeah,
child or an elderly person versus a younger person,
yeah.
and that's where the emotions come in. That's where the feelings come in
Yeah,
that
and
they
these
can't
things
recognize.
they can't handle emotion. They
No,
can't handle feelings. And
no.
even with the code words that we had to use for Social Security, dire needs kind of thing, all somebody has to do is blip that line out, and AI will be like, "That's no longer an emergency." You
Yep,
know,
yep.
So no, a human will recognize that, but well, I'll be with my two sticks rubbing them together to start a fire because I'm anti-technology over here. I'm regressing. I'm not going with this progress because I don't see it as progress, you
Right.
know?
Some things yes, some things no. Like I always say, I think they're moving a little too fast.
Mm-hmm.
They need to investigate and fix things before they go to the next.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But anyway, that's our opinions only from the chatter. Thank you so much for being with us. Please like, share, and subscribe, and if you think somebody else likes this video, share it with them and ask
Yeah.
them to subscribe as well.
Yeah, and this is for our opinions only, for entertainment purposes only. And we want to know, we forgot to say this in the beginning,
Uh,
how's it going out
how's
there?
right. Yeah, let us know. How's it going out there in your area? But
Okay.
anyway, thanks again. Talk to you later. Bye bye.